Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be what the narcissist couldn't take from you. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So many times we think about what the narcissist took from us. For example, our time, many of our relationships, our money, our future, our hopes, our dreams, our goals, our aspirations, our holidays, so much more than that. But that's when we are healing. We're focusing on what they took from us. Now remember, this is the relationship that you need to heal from. There is no magic pill that can be consumed, and there's no magic wand that can be waved that will expedite your healing. The healing path is not linear. It will take time. It will take a lot of time, but in your time, you will heal if you utilize the tools that are provided for you with each and every video I create, and from all the beautiful wisdom from all over the world of people who have healed and or who are healing, and we're sharing their real life experiences. Remember, this is a community. This is a community for all of us who have healed, are healing, and are all working towards arriving at that mountaintop of indifference, the pinnacle of indifference, where we no longer care about the narcissist. We've understood everything there is to understand, and we don't need to know more. And we've gone no contact and blocked that person or those people, deleted them, removed them, and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. Now, having said that, many times we believe that the narcissist took our best years. They took our money that we can't replace. They took our relationships that are irreparable. And they took so much more. Example, our belief in humanity. Our ability to trust, which is a huge one. Many people I work with during one-on-one sessions bring that up. Hey, Andrew, how do you trust again? How can I trust other people? I was so betrayed. I was so let down. I was so manipulated. I don't know how to trust. Well, there are multiple avenues to regain your trust. I've regained my trust, and I share this information with so many people during one-on-one sessions. Again, a 15-minute video can't do it justice, but I can assure you one thing. If you continue to go through the light, or continue to go through the tunnel and see the light at the end of the tunnel, despite the fact there will be days you don't want to get out of bed, despite the fact there'll be days you can't eat, or perhaps you're overeating, or you don't feel like going to work, or you can't grab a shower and you don't want to do anything. If you can get through those days and you can understand that tomorrow the sun will rise, tomorrow will be a new opportunity, and that each and every day you are healing, you are getting stronger. You may not think so. I didn't think so in the beginning of my healing journey, but the truth is, every tear you shed is healing. Yes, it is. Every time you experience a version of the angry stage, which means you don't hurt anybody, you don't harm yourself, you don't do anything like that. Maybe you smash pillows in the bedroom, or you go out in the mountaintops and scream from the top of your lungs, or maybe you go to the gym and burn it off that way, or go walk or exercise. Every time you do that, you're healing. You see, the narcissist didn't want you to heal. They don't want you to heal. They think in their tiny little pea brain that you're going to stay stuck, just like so many other people before you had stayed stuck and trapped in that narcissistic fog, blaming themselves, not getting closure, thinking that the narcissist took everything from them, thinking that there wouldn't be better days ahead, thinking that there's no reason to go on, thinking that it will not get better. Well, that's what the narcissist wants you thinking. The narcissist is a coward. They're a bully. They're shallow. They're hollow. There's no core to them. There is no substance. What they want to do is manipulate people. What they want to do is live in people's minds rent-free. What they want to do is keep people stuck, flailing on the hook in that narcissistic fog, or still caught up in the trauma bond, leaving avenues of communication open to them. So at a later date, when they need something, or they just need someone to abuse, or they just want to steal your energy, they can pop back up. This is why in almost 5,000 videos I've created over the years, I've shared with you, and I'll share it again. Once you identify who the person is you're considering, or who the people are you're considering, and if they're narcissistic or toxic, or both or worse, you need to understand that these people don't change. They only deteriorate over time, and they will take whatever they can from you. So let's fast forward for a moment. Let's say that the narcissist took everything and more. Let's say it's your adult brother or sister. Well, if you still have access to them, what more could they possibly take? Let's say that they helped blow up your marriage. Let's say that they ostracized you from your own kids and maybe stole the business from you. Or maybe all three of those things or more. Well, what else do you think they could take? They could take more of your mind. Think about what I'm sharing with you. Everything the narcissist takes is not a tangible asset or a tangible thing. Most of it is actually things that you got on this planet for free. Again, your empathy, your kindness, your love, your compassion, your ability to reason, your ability to be committed, your ability to focus, the way you build relationships, the way you walk, the way you talk. Everything about you that is you came for free from above, the day you were born, example. Now, all those beautiful things, they equal what the narcissist saw in you. They also equal what I call you being, and I certainly am the same person, which is what I call a beautiful, bright, shining light. When the narcissist found you, they said to themselves, whoa, I need to really slow down and focus on this person, target this person. And that person turned out to be you. You see, the narcissist was grooming multiple people when they met you. They just happened to point all their attention or energy, or most of it, into the relationship with you until you bit, until you fell into the trauma bond, until you told them you loved them, you wanted to get married, you relocated, you went into business with them, or had children, if I didn't say that. But once they knew that, then they said, okay, now I have a fuel source, which was you. This fuel source will catapult me from one leg of my life to the next leg of my life, and I'll take whatever I can from them. Again, relationships, time, money, health, hobbies, everything about you the narcissists try to take. Now, this video, I'm just prefacing it to let you know that you think that they took everything from you, or perhaps you did. I was no different. The truth is they didn't take everything from you. The truth is you, just like myself, you have your fingerprint. Your fingerprint is what makes you you. It's your identity. That's something the narcissist tried to take from you. And they stole it for a period of time, but they couldn't capture it forever. Now that you're here, you're getting your cup full, you're in the community, and you're understanding what narcissism is, you need to understand that the narcissist didn't take you. They didn't take your soul. They didn't take your mindset. They can't take it any longer. Yes, they did take your money, and yes, they probably took your relationships, and maybe they took your city, town, state, country, maybe even your job, maybe your 401k and other things. Of course, I understand all of that. But you can rebuild. That's what I've done, and that's what we all have to do. When you rebuild, many times you're gonna have to start from scratch. You're gonna start from ground zero. But other times you will still have resources. Example, maybe you kept some money, or maybe you had some money, or maybe you still have your job, or maybe you own your car, or maybe you own your house and the narcissist didn't take that. Maybe you do have a support system to lean on. Maybe you have a couple friends or people who actually have been through the cycle, and I hope that they are healed. But the point being is, if you have things or pillars or people or things that the narcissist did not completely take from you, you need to build with those things. It's exactly what I did. Now, having said that, there are so many things the narcissist didn't take from you, and they can't. Again, they can't take your energy any longer. They can't take your mindset any longer. They can't take your purpose any longer. They can't take the trajectory of your life any longer. They can't take the direction you're going in. They can't take the new hobby that you just started. They can't take the new exercise routine that you just started. They can't take the new eating patterns that you just started. They can't take the new furniture that you purchased or you're renting for your apartment or condo or house. They can't take away the new jurisdiction or city or town or state or country that you just moved to. They can't take away your new phone number that you got. They can't take away the new job, if I didn't say that. They can't take away the experiences that you're reclaiming. I'll touch on that for a moment. Many times the narcissist will future fake people. And they will say, yes, we can go to Rome, we can go to Paris, we can go to Milan, we can go to these places. Of course, we'll do that, no problem. And what happens? Well, you never end up going to those places. And the reason why you don't go to those places is because the narcissist didn't want you to enjoy those locations. And many times post-relationship, people I work with during the one-on-one sessions, they reclaim those destinations and so much more, because maybe they go on those trips by themselves, or maybe they go on those trips and join a group, or maybe they say, you know what? I don't even need to go to those places. I'll go to a new place that the narcissist didn't taint or scar or try and throw a monkey wrench into. You see, on the healing path, you will figure out that the healing path is going to start with you digging or doing the deep dive into the narcissist. And it starts with one person. That is the narcissist. You weren't taught this in school. You didn't know what you're up against. You didn't know narcissism exists. Now you understand that, or you're learning it. So what you have to do, and what I've done, and what you will do if you haven't done, is you will explore what narcissism is. You will learn what the definitions are in the glossary on the narcissistic abusive cycle. Example, what is gaslighting? What is the silent treatment? What is triangulation, my least favorite thing that these ghouls administer? But when you learn those things, then you couple them with your real life experience when you were in that relationship and perhaps other relationships, and that equals wisdom. This is a wisdom you didn't ask to acquire. It's a newfound wisdom. And with that wisdom comes a great responsibility. Just like with a great power, a great superpower, comes great responsibility. What that means, and I shared this over the 5 years creating videos, it's a famous line from Spider-Man, Amazing Fantasy, issue 15, I believe. Check it out. With great power comes great responsibility. I've utilized that for much of my life, most of my life, truth be told. And I've also really tapped into it on the healing path, because I know many things that most people can't even wrap their head around. You may know things too. But what I do is I pay it forward each and every day to have people believe that they can break the cycle, they can break the trauma bond, they can move forward, and they will move forward. And it won't include the tentacles of the narcissist trying to choke them out or trying to steal their energy or time or money or anything else. But having said that, this is a newfound wisdom. It's a newfound superpower. And once you understand what it is and what narcissists are capable of and how you were targeted most of your life and how no longer you will be targeted, because you will now administer and impose boundaries, and you will learn to say no, the strongest word in the English language. And remember, when you say no to something or someone, you will say yes to yourself. That's what I've done for 5 years. And yes, truth be told, before that, I don't even know what the word no meant. If somebody asked me to do something, I would have done it in a second to help them out. Yes, I was a people pleaser. No, I'm not any longer. Yes, I've healed. You will too. But you can't heal properly if you're still communicating with the narcissist. It's not going to happen. You can't heal properly if you still have avenues of communication open with the narcissist, because they can always come back and try to pepper you again with abuse whenever they see fit. And you can't heal properly until you practice radical acceptance, which means you understand that the narcissist is who they are. They did their best to take everything from you and more. They did their best to extinguish you and your beautiful, bright, shining light. They are callous. They are hollow. They are shallow. They're bullies and cowards, and they do not want anyone to do better than them or to improve their life or circumstances. When you understand all those things and more, then you realize, oh my gosh, I am fortunate to be out of that relationship. I am fortunate to have acquired the wisdom. I am fortunate to have found the needle in a haystack. I am fortunate enough to get the education. You must remember, again, this is an education you can't go to university to acquire. If you didn't go through the narcissistic abusive cycle, you can read books, you can watch videos, you can talk to people who went through it, and you will have a certain level of understanding. True, you will. But if you've been through the narcissistic abusive cycle, as have I, day in and day out, walking around on eggshells, not knowing who will open the front door, Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde, being financially abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused, and physically abused at times. Yes, meaning having objects thrown at you or someone screaming in your right ear when you're on the freeway going 100 miles an hour. When you understand those things and you tolerate them for years and years and years because you are in the trauma bond and you're in love perhaps, and you don't think that it's going to get any better, or you've become accustomed or numb to the abuse, when that happens and you've been through it, now you can understand. You can probably finish my sentence. My hope is you can't finish my sentence, which means you haven't been through the cycle. But if you can, that means you have, and you're getting the wisdom. Now again, if you've been through the cycle, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you should count your lucky stars. But going back to, as I'm sharing with you, the narcissist didn't take as much as you think they did. You may right now disagree with that. Play the video, play it a few times. Recognize and realize that whatever the narcissist took, most of it can be replaced. Most of it is tangible, which means your car, your 401k, your house, your job, things like that, they can all be replaced. I am not downplaying any of this. This is a life-threatening, debilitating, challenging, taxing relationship from hell. Mine was no different. What I'm sharing with you is if you practice radical acceptance, you really understand that this is what these people do. It wasn't just you. There were other people they were doing it to, and there are other people they're doing it to right now if they're still gallivanting the globe. But you are fortunate. You are resilient. You are courageous, and you're full of strength and determination. And you cracked the code. You found the needle in a haystack. You have the ability to do something that I've done, and I've helped so many tens of thousands of people do over the years, which is heal and heal properly and close all avenues of communication with this person or with these people when the time is right. You must cut the 4 ties from the narcissist, and the 4 ties include and are limited to these: the emotional tie, the financial tie, the physical tie, and the spiritual tie. When these are cut, and perhaps you've already cut one or two, or maybe three, or maybe even all of them, when they are cut, you will get lighter. As you get lighter, you will get stronger. As you get stronger, the narcissist gets weaker. As they get weaker, they mean less and less to you. As they mean less and less to you, you begin to get really clear in your mind, and the clarity arrives. As the clarity arrives, you begin to elevate because you are lighter. The narcissist, all of the toxicity they dumped onto you or into you, it sheds off of your shoulders. It exits your veins. It exits your mindset and your soul and your purpose and your being, and it gets catapulted right back to them. This is why the narcissist is always looking for a new source of supply, because they know if somebody ever gets strong enough to heal, like I have done and like you have done or you are doing, that all the toxicity they dumped into that person, again, it was me and it certainly was you, it now goes back to them because they realize you figured it out. You solved the equation. You solved one of life's great mysteries, and I do mean that. This is the hidden secret that nobody wanted you to discuss. Nobody wanted you to figure it out, but I figured it out against all odds during the pandemic. Not only did I do it, but I put myself back together against all odds. And now I help people do that each and every waking minute of my life. And truth be told, even when I'm sleeping with the videos I've created over the years. But the narcissist will get all their toxicity dumped back into them. And you may say, how does that work, Andrew? I don't get it. Well, think about something. If there are two people and one person is stuck in the trauma bond and they're still blaming themselves and the relationship has ended, let's say, and they're still blaming themselves and they haven't healed, well, then they're going through life and they're staying stuck in that low vibrational quagmire state where the narcissist wants them to exist. Whether the narcissist is spying on them or not doesn't matter. That person can't elevate. They can't ascend. They can't reach the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, because they're blaming themselves and they haven't either figured out what narcissism is or they haven't been strong enough to break the trauma bond and crack the code and leave the narcissist and all their toxicity and verbal abuse in the past. Let it go back, boomerang back to them. That's one person. The other person is the person who the relationship has ended. They figured it out. They healed. They journaled. They meditated. They saw a therapist who knows what they're talking about. They healed childhood wounds. They watched videos and they read if I didn't say that. And they realized, wait a minute, this is the apex predator. It's the behemoth, the juggernaut, the narcissist who tried to snuff me out and off of this planet. They didn't want me to exist. They wanted to steal everything out from underneath me. They had the smear campaign well underway, so when I did not exist, no matter how I didn't exist, they could have everything lined up in a place and it would fall perfectly into them, and then they would get supply from my demise. But that didn't happen. You healed or you're healing. So once you reach the pinnacle, the mountaintop of indifference, meaning once you finally go no contact, once you finally have your next to last or next to last light bulb moment, once you know the definitions, once you stop watching narcissistic videos, and that day will happen most likely, or at least you will slow down watching them because you won't need them as much. You should come back to top up when you need to get your cup full, but eventually over time you won't be watching them nearly as much. Having said that, when you do it, then you realize that the narcissist is nothing but a dark energy source, and they will slither away off, like they probably already have, onto a new supply, and they'll try the same game and manipulating techniques and parlor tricks on that person. And that person could be a recycled source of supply, that could be a clean slate, or it could be another toxic person. But whoever the new supply is, they're either getting peppered with abuse or they are abusing the narcissist, no matter how you cut it. But once you heal, then you realize that all the words the narcissist told you, they were worthless. And it was coming from a place of disdain. It was coming from a place of misdirection. It was coming from a place of hate. Yes, I do mean that. It was coming from a place of pitch blackness. This is what the narcissist does. It's what they want people believing. It's how they sell people negativity, and they plant seeds of doubt. They plant seeds of unhealthiness, and they plant seeds of confusion and manipulation and chaos in people's minds. You were consuming that for a period of time, so was I. But once that goes away, after the relationship has ended and you heal properly, then you realize that none of that's legitimate, none of it's real. It's all their baggage. It's their problem. They did their best to brainwash me, but they failed, and they failed miserably. They almost had me. They almost had their hooks in me, didn't you, dear? You thought you had me tied and bound, altar bound, hypnotized, but sweet freedom whispered in my ear. And I'm a butterfly, and butterflies are meant to fly, flying higher than the sun, the moon, and the star, and arriving at that mountaintop, that pinnacle of indifference. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I love doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Remember, you are not alone. You are not alone. You will always be here, part of the community, and continue to get your cup full. And it's interesting because, as you know, I create these videos in real time, no script. It's just my energy and myself. And towards the very end of that, maybe at the 1940-second mark, give or take, I started quoting an Elton John song, and that came back to me from years ago. That album was out in the late 70s, I believe, and it was someone saved my life tonight. If you get a chance, play that. For some reason, that just came to me right now, and I have a great memory, and it just hit me, and I was like, wow, that's exactly what that was. So I want to stay on track, but if you get a chance, play that song. Elton John, someone saved my life tonight. It's completely appropriate. And no, I'm not saying Elton John saved your life. What I'm saying is you're saving your life, and I saved mine. And I have the ability to help people get to that mountaintop, to break the chains, break the ties, and to live their best, abundant, narcissistic, and toxic-free life. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And see these orange markers, whatever you want to call them? This is the do not enter zone. This is what is called a boundary. This is where the narcissist is never welcome. They're never welcome anywhere near you, near me, or near anyone that you know. Keep your boundaries up, maintain them, and continue to heal and heal properly. Batten down the hatches, close all avenues of communication to that toxic person, and heal. If you leave one avenue open, trust me when I tell you, whenever they want to, they will try to slither the way back into your life, steal your energy, steal your time, and steal more. Don't allow that. You now have a wisdom that very few people will ever understand. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye, you guys. And yes, it is my birthday, so thank you all for birthday wishes. I'm grateful to be here one more day on the planet. Thank you. Bye.